Star in boxing, Tank Davis.
Fuck you, little man.
You pay me? Are you pay me?
Yeah.
100%?
100%.
Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk.
You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
Yes, he really did. What was supposed to be a routine press conference between Gervonta, Tank Davis and Jake Paul in Miami quickly spiraled out of control. The event went far beyond heated words, it erupted into full-blown chaos. Tensions boiled over with cutting insults, a staggering $2 million side wager, and a clash so volatile that security had to step in before it turned into an all-out fight. What started as promotion looked more like a courtroom standoff mixed with a street confrontation, and the crowd could feel the intensity rising by the second.
Oh, he's towering. Oh, nah.
Who is the biggest star in boxing?
Oh, shit.
Tank Davis.
This was no ordinary face-off designed just to sell tickets. What unfolded felt raw, deeply personal, and impossible to forget. The exchanges went far beyond the usual trash talk and slipped into something that looked more like a genuine breakdown of respect. As we dive deeper into this wild scene, the real question lingers. Was this simply another example of Jake Paul's notorious ability to push buttons, or did Gervonta, Tank Davis truly let his composure crack under the spotlight? Either way, the spectacle left fans and critics questioning whether this was clever promotion, or the beginning of something far more serious.
I fuck with you heavy, Gervonta, but I want to side bet you. I got Jake winning.
We already side betted though.
We already did. What was the bet?
200.
Let's go 250.
Let's go 500.
No, hell no. See, Jake, that's what, Jake!
Come on, wow. You have to take it, bro.
Jake.
The Miami press conference wasn't just another media stop, it had been building anticipation for weeks. By the moment both fighters stepped onto the stage, the energy was undeniable. The room pulsed with flashing cameras, reporters shouting over one another, and fans packed in with restless excitement. The noise, the tension, the spectacle, it all gave the impression of a championship night inside a packed arena rather than a traditional press briefing. Every seat was filled, every eye locked in, and the sense that something explosive was about to happen hung thick in the air.
Let's make it 2.
$1 million total.
Yeah.
Shake on it.
Jake, $1 million.
2 mil? 2 mil?
2 mil. Let's do
2
it.
mil. Right here, 2 mil. Go
Jake,
ahead.
2 mil.
Jake.
Easy work, bro.
2 mil?
Get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking lefty.
2 mil.
There we go.
Oh my God, oh my
$2
God.
million.
Jake Paul wasn't about to let a single second of spotlight slip by. Almost as soon as the microphones came on, he raised the stakes dramatically. With zero hesitation, he issued a bold challenge, a straight-up, $2 million bet on the outcome of their fight. The room erupted. Gervonta, Tank Davis, never known for backing away from a dare, answered without blinking. With a cool smirk, he dismissed Paul's words as easy work and doubled down on his confidence. Moments later, the two locked hands on stage, making their wager official in front of cameras and fans alike. In an instant, the fight shifted from high-profile to potentially historic, as the side bet added fuel to an already blazing rivalry.
Are you pay
100%.
me?
Yeah.
100%?
100%.
100%. Facts?
Correct.
Yes? Correct?
Correct. I mean,
Jake, ever the showman and businessman, wasted no time assuring the audience, "We'll get the contract drawn up tonight, this one's real." The declaration sent the crowd into a frenzy, while social media exploded within minutes, with the bet stealing headlines everywhere. But just as the hype reached its peak, the atmosphere took a sharp turn. Nikki Sabedarian, co-founder of Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions, stepped up and revealed a key detail: the fight would be set at a 195-pound limit. That single announcement flipped the mood on its head. Gervonta, Tank Davis sprang forward, snatched the mic, and with raw frustration shot back, "It was 190. Y'all said it was 190. The shift in his tone was unmistakable, and instantly, the room's excitement turned into thick, uneasy tension.
Minimum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. Over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves.
For context, Gervonta Davis is used to competing in far lighter divisions, while Jake Paul stands at 6 feet 1 inch and naturally carries more weight. On paper, 5 pounds might seem like a minor detail, but in elite boxing, even the smallest shift on the scale can change everything. To Davis, that bump to 195 didn't feel like negotiation, it felt like a trap. The audience sensed it immediately, leaning in as though they could smell blood in the water. What had started as promotion was no longer about sportsmanship or strategy, it was turning into a grudge match right before their eyes. The tension only escalated further when the host pressed Davis about what weight he expected to come in at on fight night, setting the stage for an even sharper clash.
The ring, how much you think you'll weigh?
When I walk in the ring,
Yeah.
With or without the ankle monitor on?
I probably. That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I'll weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh?
Before Davis could even respond, Jake Paul cut in with the kind of jab that's become his trademark, this time taking aim at Davis's legal troubles. With or without the ankle monitor on, and the handcuffs, he quipped. The crowd reacted instantly, a mix of gasps, uneasy laughter, and a few loud boos echoing across the room. Paul knew exactly what he was doing, pushing buttons in the most public way possible. Davis didn't bite, though. He shot back with a cold glare and a quick dismissal, "That's corny." The words were short, sharp, and designed to show he wasn't shaken. But the flicker in his expression hinted that the remark hit deeper than he let on, leaving the tension between them thicker than ever.
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the clown, buddy.
Davis wasn't about to let the insult war run one way. He took a slow look at Jake from head to toe, then launched his own attack. He tore into Paul's appearance, mocking the flashy jacket, clowning his mohawk, and dismissing the entire look as nothing but sideshow theatrics. But that's when Jake unveiled what he clearly had planned all along. With a dramatic wave toward the edge of the stage, he set his stunt in motion. To everyone's shock, actual clowns marched out, juggling and laughing as the crowd erupted in disbelief. The press conference instantly shifted from tense to surreal. Grinning ear to ear, Jake leaned into the mic and delivered the knockout insult. "Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown. You're the clown, Gervonta." The audience exploded, some cheering, some jeering, while the weight of the accusation hung heavy in the air.
You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
The moment the words left Jake's mouth, the room shifted. A wave of gasps swept through the audience, whispers rippled across the press rows, and reporters' pens flew across their notepads. This was no longer entertainment, it was a pointed strike at Davis's most controversial history. The laughter died instantly, replaced by a heavy silence broken only by murmurs of disbelief. Davis's expression hardened as anger flashed across his face. He tried to push back, grabbing for the mic to defend himself, but the impact of the accusation had already altered the entire tone of the event. What had started as playful trash talk had morphed into a raw, deeply personal confrontation. And just as the room thought the tension couldn't climb any higher, Davis prepared to fire his own shot directly at Paul in response to the brutal clown remark.
If I put my hands on females or anything like that, right? If I put my hands on
Talk about
females or
fucking
anything
clown.
like that, you know how many female, like, come on. It would be mad. You see how when I don't even want to bring up nobody thing, what's the name about that? But P Diddy, when things got like that, no, listen. When one female did a charge, it was mad females coming out.
But instead of landing the fierce comeback everyone expected, Davis's response veered off course. He stumbled into a rambling comparison, suddenly bringing up P Diddy and saying, with P Diddy, there was mad females coming out. If I hit a female, wouldn't there be mad other females? I ain't been just with one female. The words hung in the air like static. The crowd froze. Reporters stopped mid-scribble, their eyes darting up in disbelief. Even Jake Paul, known for being unshakable in these moments, looked caught completely off guard. For several long seconds, the room went dead silent, and in the world of press conferences, silence often speaks louder than 1,000 shouts. Within minutes, that stumble became the headline. Outlets rushed to frame it, clips spread across social media, and fans replayed the moment on loop. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about the fight, it was about what Davis had said. And context made it heavier. Davis has a history of domestic violence charges, some of which ended in plea deals. His words, intended as a defense, only dragged that controversy further into the spotlight, giving Paul's attack far more weight than Davis likely realized.
So if I hit a female, right, wouldn't it be mad other females? Like I ain't been just with one female. Like I'm 30 years old. Like let's be real. I've been with more than one female. Wouldn't mad females come out and say something about me hitting them? No.
If the atmosphere had been tense before, this was the breaking point. What started as verbal jabs quickly spiraled into a full-on eruption. Chairs scraped against the floor, voices overlapped in a storm of shouts, and security sprinted to the front of the stage as both men leaned forward, pointing, taunting, and daring the other to take it beyond words. The host's attempts to restore order were drowned out instantly, his voice lost in the chaos. The energy was raw, volatile, and seconds away from spilling over into violence. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the hall. Gervonta Davis, unable to hold back, slammed the microphone onto the table with a crack that echoed through the venue. With fire blazing in his eyes, he roared at Jake Paul, "I'll finish you in the first round." The crowd exploded, half stunned by the fury, half electrified by the promise of a brutal showdown. In that instant, the press conference stopped being a war of words and transformed into the opening round of the fight itself.
Star in boxing, Tank Davis. Tank Davis.
Jake Paul refused to flinch. Instead, he leaned casually back in his chair, a smug smirk stretched across his face, and began clapping in slow, mocking rhythm. It was the kind of taunt you'd expect from a schoolyard instigator, the gesture of someone who knew he had already won the mental battle. Cameras flashed as the scene locked into an unforgettable visual, Davis seething with rage, Jake smirking with arrogance, the perfect snapshot of chaos frozen in time. But the spectacle didn't end there. Outside the press hall, the fallout spread fast. Boxing legends, analysts, and insiders couldn't resist chiming in. Each new voice added more fuel to the fire, dissecting every word, every glare, and every insult. What had started as a press event was now a global talking point, the kind of controversy that doesn't just build hype, it rewrites the entire storyline leading into fight night.
Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a shit. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.